Mike, check 1 2.
We back in this thing. We back in this thing. We back in this thing.
Signals are looking good. Yeah. This is the All Things Black podcast with your co-host Kiahree and
Barney, aka Mr. Lot, in the building. What's going on, everybody?
Oh, Jesus.
Happy Saturday.
Okay.
Hey, there it is. We back. We back.
What were we saying? We were saying. Oh, there's a couple of songs from back then that are, bro. Falsetto by Dream.
Yo, I was in middle school wilding out.
I didn't even know what the song was about. I just fall.
Yeah, that's.
Like I don't know. Poppin' by Chris Brown. Like Suicidal by Sean Kingston.
There it is.
Nigga just wanna.
Beautiful Girls.
Oh yeah, Suicide. Yeah, man, that's nostalgia right there.
Beautiful girl.
Poppin'.
Yeah, we popping.
Oh no. There was another one by Chris Brown. He had this song,
Take You Down.
"Take You Down."
Yo,
Yeah.
had all the young bops, had all the young men's humping grounds and stuff like that. You know.
Take You Down, bro. It was just the video, not the video, the guitar.
Yeah.
Woo. All right, you youngins don't know nothing about that. And this is Black, All Things Black podcast, episode 7.
Episode 7.
This is the
lucky
biblical
number 7
episode.
And you know, the 6 days before the 7. Some people say Saturday is the 7th day of the week, but that's not important right now. We're gonna go ahead and
That's never been important in the history of life.
Amen.
Yeah, so like you were saying, a little bit of a slow news week. I mean, we got the All-Star game and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it. I didn't see anything about it.
What do you think people mean by slow? It hasn't. It goes down today. They have the Rising Stars versus the World, and then the Skills Challenge, and then today will be the 3-point contest, the dunk contest, and then the actual game.
Do you know who's in the 3-point contest?
Zach LaVine, Vince Carter, Damian Lillard.
Is Vince Carter in there?
We have the internet. What the hell?
Is this like Vince Carter's last hurrah?
Bro, I don't know. He's going on into his 20th season, so.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Bro.
Let me look that. I know for a fact Zach LaVine, Damian Lillard, and Vince Carter in the 3-point contest. Dunk contest, I know for a fact. Aaron Gordon is coming back. Dwight Howard is coming back. Boom, 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 boom. There's a couple other new guys, and then All-Star game is I got Team LeBron like usual. But
yeah,
this year I really got Team LeBron.
It doesn't even seem
all
fair.
The good players.
It doesn't even seem fair.
He got like
It's like putting like your own custom team. Everybody's on 99
facts,
versus like
bro,
the normal computer.
Russell Westbrook was one of the last people picked, and I was just like, huh?
Why? That doesn't make
because
sense.
but LeBron got Kawhi, he got Anthony Davis, he got freaking Paul. I think he got Paul.
He got PG.
No, bro, LeBron got all the good players.
Yeah,
and then,
it's not fair.
Antetokounmpo got all the African. Antetokounmpo's low key trying to build his team like the Bucks, where like everybody's trash except for himself, so he can get all the praise.
I get it.
He's like, I need the Finals MVP, or what is it called, All-Star Game MVP.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but
yeah, but like not really much has happened this week.
3-point. What does that mean? It's like no bad shit happened, so people just say slow news week. Nothing negative happened.
Well, that's typically, but I mean, just nothing like big in general. I mean,
Devin Booker. I don't know why Damian Lillard couldn't play in the game, but now Devin Booker's in.
From the Suns, right?
I was kind of pissed. I was like, how you just going to leave Booker out? Like, I feel like Booker's better than, like, a lot of, like, okay, Trae Young, I can see why. He's not even from my conference, though. But from over here, like, people like Donovan Mitchell, I like him, but I don't know if he's better than Booker.
Yeah,
I got you. So there's a couple people on that where I was like, I don't know about all that, like, personally, but...
I'm glad he gets to go, though.
In, yeah. They snuck. I think, obviously it's because we're from Arizona. They just like, ain't nothing popping over there.
I mean, honestly.
I mean, sports wise, I mean, what are you talking about? Like sports wise, our female team is lit.
No, I know. I didn't know that though until
Like,
recently. I didn't.
Bro, I'm talking chips on top of chips. I need my chips with the dip. That's all I know.
I mean, I guess.
Do you see Drake's little drunk? That was from.
Oh
Drake.
yeah.
Bro, I remember people watching. I was like, "What does that even mean?" And I was like, "I don't know. It sounds good though. I need my chips with the dip. Is all I know." But he was drunk out of his mind, and somebody's put a camera in his face.
Hey man, Drake pulled up.
You know the fucking vibes.
Come on, man. Come on. You
know. Boom. But yeah, I got team on. Who got dunk contest? Let me see what we got.
Is Vince Carter in a dunk contest? Dwight's in a dunk contest too, right?
Yeah.
You said like after how many years was it since the last one? Like over a decade.
2008. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we got Eric Gordon. Oh my gosh. Okay. Dwight Howard, Aaron Gordon, Derrick Jones Jr. He's that dude off the Heat.
Mm.
Boy, he used to be on. So Phoenix is still just a trash team because we literally have talent like that who just come and go. Derrick Jones Jr., like, even if he's not the best player, bro, he can jump out the gym, like, just give him a spot on the team. Yeah. Like, bro, we got way worse people on this team right now.
Yeah, when I went, bro, it was pretty sad when I went to the Suns game. It was just like it was like they were just used to them losing.
I don't know. It's just a weird. Okay, boom. Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine is in the 3-point contest, but he's not in the dunk contest. I was kind of mad about that.
Why?
I don't know, man. I think
no. I mean,
oh yeah. You think? What? I mean, he already beat the guy. Like, I don't care what people have to say. Like, taking off from the free throw line or free throw line area and doing some of the stuff. Like, first of all, I never thought we would see somebody jump from the free throw line
ever.
But then somebody doing windmills and
bro
between the legs, and because that's how he ended the shit with the between the legs from the free throw line,
which is ridiculous.
And I'm just like, holy shit!
I don't think people understand like how hard that really is,
bro. Like, I mean, Aaron Gordon was doing some amazing dunks, like jumping over somebody. That, like, I love how he was using the mascot and all that. But that last dunk he did, the little double pump thing, is a little underwhelming given everything else he did that day.
Yeah.
And Zach LaVine saw that and said, "All right, I'm about to just take off from the free throw line to between the legs." And in the moment, he said like he was talking to his homeboy, and his homeboy was like, "Bro, go between the legs from the free throw line." And he's like, "All right, let's do it." And he rose to the occasion like that, bro. You can't, like, because that video of him going from the 3-point line or going from the free throw line doing a 360. Did you see that video?
Yeah.
He said he's done that before.
Yeah.
And but I think, a lot of people in the moment, because your adrenaline's going and it's real. Like, certain people, they shy away from the moment or they'll just crack down.
Yeah.
Like, but certain people like Lillard, Kobe, Jordan, even in this regard, Zach LaVine, like when the money's on the line, they're gonna deliver.
Yeah.
It just brings something else out of you. You can't replicate game time.
Exactly.
And I don't think he'd ever done that dunk before, he said. And he's like, somebody said go from the free throw line. He's like, all right, I'm going to do it. And he did it. And shit, I had him winning, honestly. Like, I mean, people keep on saying it's the same dunk over and over. It's like, it's not really. Like, you know how far the free throw line is?
Exactly. And it's like, I mean, there's only so many dunks you can do for as long as this dunk contest has been going on. I mean,
yeah.
Like, what more can they do?
Well, that's why it's going to be a good, I think. I don't know who I have winning. I'm a Dwight Howard fan. I'm going to go with him. Realistically, though, Aaron Gordon might win. But that was the most creative dunk contest since Dwight Howard's dunk contest. I was talking to Miguel about it. Because I never thought I'd see somebody throw the ball. Did you see, like, when he threw it off the backboard?
Yes.
Windmilled it?
Yes.
And I was just like... Yes. And he did it, like, easily.
Yeah, like... And the people that like criticize that are the people like go to 24-hour fitness and try that.
Yeah, man. Like he's a legit like 6'10", maybe 7 foot. But bro, and then the Superman dunk, like, I mean, that was probably the most underwhelming dunk
it was definitely it wasn't as tight, but just
he's still high as hell up in the air.
But yeah, like the whole moment.
But it's the show.
like,
like he went in the booth, came out.
Yeah.
Because he did this like that when he just brought in the 12-foot rim and then he just dunked it like nothing. And I was just like, you probably could have went up to like 14, bro. Like,
That's
keep it
crazy.
a buck. But imagine like how high the rim is. And then go 2 more feet up.
Bro.
Like, what is 2 feet? Like this?
2 feet is like, all right, so you wear 13?
Yeah.
So just 2 of your shoes, basically.
Bruh. Yeah. So Dwight Howard was doing some unique stuff, and then Aaron Gordon came out and was doing some unique stuff, but you ran into Zach LaVine in his prime, and I mean, we saw how that went. But I mean, what I don't like is like when somebody loses and they come out afterwards saying that, oh, I got robbed. Like, shut the hell up.
Yeah, bro. It's awesome.
Especially like, don't dap me up in the moment. Like,
Yeah, and then-
people are fake, bro.
Facts.
Like, if you think you won, like,
Yeah.
no, you wouldn't be dapping me up after saying good game. Like, you'd be like, nah, I got robbed.
Exactly. You're not
Yeah.
dapping nobody up.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying, maybe you think he's trying to bait him to come in, like, oh, maybe if I talk shit, he'll come.
Probably.
He doesn't want to see him, bro. He doesn't want. I can guarantee he doesn't want to see him. But
Yo.
yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm a big NBA fan. That's why this topic is going for 10 minutes. Yo,
But we need to go over to the WNBA
facts.
because the Phoenix Mercury have acquired Skylar Diggins-Smith, and now Phoenix has a big 3.
Facts.
How do you feel about that?
I love it. I'm about to start going to the games.
I was
Bro,
saying
I've
the
been
same
wanting to go, but it's like I think it probably is sexism or something. Like, you just like disregard female sports.
I mean, I used to watch college, women's basketball.
Yeah.
Like, I love Tennessee, watching them play and everything like that. But yeah, just overall though, WNBA is very disregarded.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a marketing thing, but I mean, it's something that just happens, because if you really respect the game, then I'm a fan. Like,
Yeah.
I've been to a WNBA game before,
Yeah.
like when I was a kid, and
Uh-huh.
it was dope. Like, they were balling, but the place was not like packed like when the Suns play.
Yeah.
And the
Even-
Suns are
I'm
trash.
about to say, and like even the Suns, it's not packed in there really.
So it should be packed, like, but then it's like women's sports, So I don't know. It's just very interesting in the country we live in, because certain women's sports are very much lit. Like,
I was gonna say,
USA soccer.
I'm kind of excited to see, their season this year.
Yeah.
Because they might actually be, filling up the whole talking stick arena.
Yeah.
So I'm hyped for that.
So I'm probably gonna try and go see more, especially the whole Kobe was trying to make it a bigger.
Yeah.
But that's just how it goes, bro. It's
Yeah.
like it's marketing, so
Yeah. But yeah, this definitely caught my attention because I already loved Skylar Diggins before this. So, man. And they have a big 3. That's crazy.
Yeah, Giannis Rossi. I was surprised. I thought she retired. She's still playing.
And then Brittany.
Yeah, Brittany Griner. I think she was in the news for beating up a girlfriend a couple years ago. She a lesbian.
Why you bringing up? Wait, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, I said she's a girlfriend. I didn't know she had a girlfriend. I thought she was just like,
You didn't know she had a girlfriend?
I didn't know she was gay.
She said she had a girlfriend.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I didn't know that until I heard she got beat. I was like, oh, she has a girlfriend and she's beating her up apparently.
I'm not going to comment on that. I don't know enough.
It what happened. So I mean, but I didn't know she was gay or that she put hands on people. So I'm excited though. It's a nice little piece of news.
Yeah.
Skylar Diggins is a big deal.
Shout out to Skylar Diggins.
That's the one that Drake was trying to get at, right?
Yeah. Everybody was trying to get a Skylar, I'm sure.
She's beautiful. Yeah. There's like a pair of twins in the WNBA too. Those
I know you're
girls.
talking about.
Yeah, they're pretty.
You ever seen Kevin Hart's show Cold as Balls?
Yeah.
You saw the one with Skylar?
Yeah. But I just saw the one with the two wrestler girls.
The Bella twins?
They're pretty.
Yeah. And they're both pregnant right now.
Oh, really?
And they're both from Phoenix. I think it's
Yeah, that's what I thought was crazy. I was like, oh, they're from
wow.
Phoenix? What?
That's crazy. Yeah.
I never met. I mean, there's like millions of people here, so you know what I'm saying.
There are, but Phoenix is still kind of a small. It gives me like a very small. Well, not even just Phoenix, Arizona. It's like there's a lot of people here, but it also feels small at the same time. Like I guess because everything's kind of spread out, so
Yeah.
it's like not as on top of each other,
Yeah, man, it's definitely one of those. I guess it depends on where. No, yeah, everything. It's a big city, but yeah, you're right. Because it only takes me like 10 minutes to get to Scottsdale.
Yes.
Like all you do,
It's
well,
interesting.
maybe not 10, like 15 minutes, like 20
Yeah.
minutes to get to Scottsdale. We're all very much connected. Like you can go to any, because you know there's a big city that is Phoenix, and then there's a bunch of like sub cities,
Yeah.
and like Glendale, Peoria, Scottsdale, Old Scottsdale, Old Scottsdale. But 15 minutes you can get to any one of.
It's crazy. Like nothing's like inconvenient.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Literally, yeah, hop on our freeway and there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Shout out to them.
Go Mercury.
All right. So I was advised to probably not bring this up to you, but
By who? Who is advising you?
by the Hotep himself.
Oh.
About D Wade's son. He just, but you know, I want to talk about it because I think it's important, and I do want to know like your thoughts on like what he said and just how you feel about that like overall about like him choosing to her choosing to identify as a woman and then everything like that. So,
Wait, what?
D Wade's son?
The one that plays basketball with LeBron?
No, his other son.
Oh, not Zaire.
Yeah,
he has
wait.
like a trans. So he has a trans son.
Well, he's transitioning, not like all the way yet, but right now.
But I didn't even know he had multiple kids.
Oh, wait, really?
The one with that he has with Gabrielle Union, that one.
Wait, no, I don't think so.
Oh, I mean, I don't know, man.
Hold on.
How old is this kid?
I think he's 12.
No, I disagree wholeheartedly.
Why do you disagree?
Because kids are not that smart, so they shouldn't be able to just be deciding what type of gender they are. Like I don't know. I don't understand that.
So for you, you think you don't think they're capable of
No,
knowing themselves that young?
we don't trust kids with literally anything.
And so you
Do
don't
you think a
trust them knowing
kid?
themselves?
All right, so I can see why Evan would say, but I mean, first of all, let me say I am a Christian. All right,
Cool. Yes.
that's where I draw my moral compass from, my moral teachings from.
Yeah.
That's where America, whether they believe it or not, that's where you guys draw your stuff from. The Abrahamic religions, whether you're a Muslim, Christian, Jew, it's all the same when it comes to the Old Testament, the law. Jesus brought the new law with a little bit of nuance and interpretation, but some things are still relatively the same.
Yeah.
But that's just disclaimer. I'm a person who follows a religion. I don't really adhere to the whole homosexual movement. I mean, I respect them and all that stuff, but I have my opinions. They have their opinions. We still live in harmony. We still live in peace. I'm not out here like the KKK who hate black people and are actively pursuing anti-black agenda. Like I'm not out here pursuing anti-gay agenda. You know what I'm saying? I rarely even speak about this stuff.
Yeah.
But I have a niece who's gay. And we love her just the same, and she knows all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
I can actually prove and show people that, hey, I actually have family members who are gay, and we live together. I still love her. That's just, I wonder about her. She's only 16. I've met girls who said they were gay, and then they changed later on, I'm not sure if it's something that, is... So just like my background, because do you believe that people know like what, like if it's supposed to be a fluid spectrum, like sexuality, I don't think anybody can definitively say what they are. You know what I'm saying? Like we have preferences and stuff. My preference is for women. I mean, I don't really know any guys who I think are attractive. Like you could see a dude and be like, oh, like he probably gets hella hoe. Like I heard a joke about that. Like that's how guys say that. Like a dude looks good. Like yo, he probably get hella hoes.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think we know that I don't think we're at the bottom of the barrel, but there's some niggas that ugly as hell, and there's some dudes who are just like, you're like, oh, they get a lot of hoes.
Yeah.
You can tell, like the Drake type, the little pretty boys, the Chris Brown types, but like I don't know, there's a spectrum when it comes to like attraction and all that stuff, but I don't think kids understand that. Is what I'm trying to say. This is a complex issue. I don't think kids understand that, and kids should be choosing anything, I don't even trust my friggin' niece to cook on the stove. Am I going to trust her to decide what she's going to... Because that's a big decision. And you could really do a lot of stuff to yourself Because when you say transitioning, you mean hormones, right?
I'm guessing, yeah. Just
Okay.
the whole process.
So now we're including.
But I'm not 100% sure yet. But as of right now, she's identifying as a girl, and went from Zion to Zaya. So
Wait, so Zion or Zaire?
it was Zion.
So he has a son named Zion, Zaire. What is the whole Z thing?
I don't know. Yeah, Zion to Zaya. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think kids,
he's 12.
and plus kids are too fickle. I didn't even really understand myself. I mean, I'm not saying I had like homosexual vibes when I was in high school or nothing like that, but in terms of like, who I was gonna be, what I wanted to be, like what I was gonna like do. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't even know none of that, so it'd be hard pressed to say that.
But
he's a teenager who's 12 can make that type of big life decision.
This but it's a different age though.
Yeah, I don't agree with the whole age that's going on right now. Anyways, like I'm very like anti. I want to say America, because America is a culmination of beliefs and systems, but this whole like it kind of seems like we're in fairyland, bro. And that's not a stereotype or a derogatory, like, because fairy can be like, oh, he's a fairy, or like in Mexican or in Spanish we say mariposa, like or mariposa means a butterfly. So you're calling somebody a butterfly. You're essentially calling them, and everybody knows the resemblance of a butterfly and the female genital. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're calling somebody a pussy. Yeah. Which mean you're calling them gay. You're trying to say, oh, mariposa, or, it's an Italian phrase. Like, oh, this guy's a fairy, So I'm not like, but it's like we're living in fairy tale land, bro. Like where people, if they don't like themselves, let me go get some social, what do you call that shit? Plastic surgery. Because he could just be gay, but now he's choosing to change his whole sex to a woman when he could just be a gay man, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, now what happens when somebody, you ever heard of the cat lady? Not from Homer Simpson, not from The Simpsons. There's literally a lady out there, or she's a tiger lady. She literally painted her face, or tattooed her face, cut her. She did all this stuff to try and look like it because she just feels like she's a tiger. And it's just like, what the yo? You know what I'm saying? Why can't you just be a lady that likes cats a lot? Like the rest of us. Like, I love tigers. It's my favorite animal. I don't think I'm a tiger. I'm not going to start changing my body to become a tiger. Or, like, I really feel like I'm a tiger. Like, people's feelings, I don't think feelings aren't facts. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion on it. Do what you want, though. Like, I don't know. I just think there's just a lot of cognitive dissonance and just, like dysmorphia that goes on, brought about by the culture that we have in America. And that's just my personal opinion. I'm not going to be out here with a picket sign saying D-Wade is, raising this kid wrong. Like, that's your seed. I mean, that's your seed. That's your son. Do what you do. If I see the kid, I would probably let him know that, Jim, like, hey, what you're thinking probably isn't, what appears to be reality isn't always reality. That's what I would just tell the kid. But then I'd say, still love you as a person, live your life. But a lot of those people, I think, down the line, they have a lot of problems. And isn't like the suicide rate in that community like really high?
Yeah.
Or is that one of those things that just people say?
I'm positive. Yeah, it's fairly high, yeah.
And people could say it's because of bullying, it's because of all this, but it could be because like, oh shit, I just screwed up my whole shit, and now, that's an easy opportunity for depression to come in. And, I believe like demonic, because suicide is a spiritual thing, I believe. So that's an easy opening for that type of stuff to come in, and people maybe go to drugs and they start. And then plus, bro, like I'm talking a lot, but plus people they pump themselves with all these pharmaceuticals. Like we just trust them so much, right? With our kids, give them Ritalin.
Yeah.
Give them freaking what do you call that everybody hates when you're trying to prevent something, the little kids.
Oh, the
Damn, you know what I'm talking about?
I do, yeah.
Vaccines,
yeah,
you know what I'm
like
saying?
Flu shots and all that stuff.
All that shit, like we're trusting, but who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, we know the Tuskegee experiment was real. We know that what happened in Germany, they were experimenting, and we know what happens with some of these companies that are cutting corners and using artificial stuff when they could just be using the original stuff, but it's cheaper to replicate artificial. So it's like, I don't know, we're trusting too much in man and not enough in just like, and not even man, but just like the knowledge of man when we realize we're not that smart as like a species. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're smart, but it's kind of like a genius who's just like tone deaf when it comes to just like culture. You know, it's like we're brilliant, but we're also very like not so brilliant. So I don't know, because it seems like we just have a nature, a culture just coddling people's opinions and coddling people's feelings and enabling people's feelings and enabling people's delusions. And this is, you know, but we're not even talking about like, I mean, it could be somebody who's a guy who thinks he's a girl. What about somebody who's a rapper and he's a whack ass rapper, and then they just have their mindset, and then you're just the friend that says you can do it, man, but you know he ain't gonna be shit, you know, because he doesn't.
That sounds like a fake friend.
Well, I mean, you'd be surprised. A lot of people, because they love somebody and they believe in their dream or whatever, they'll just coddle them and yeah, sure, but yeah, man, you can, you know, you can do it. I believe in you. But when it comes down to it, like, they're not built for it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people trying to go to the league, people trying to be athletes. You know, a lot of people are delusional out there.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like we don't want to live in reality. The reality of the situation is he's a man. You could be a gay man. Do you have to change yourself into a woman? I don't necessarily think you do. And you'll never be a woman, is what they don't tell you. It's like, hey, get your fake boobs, cut off your penis, flip it inside out. That surgery looks crazy. I don't know if you ever seen like a digital model of how they do it.
No, I haven't seen a digital
Do
model.
all that stuff. Get yourself your artificial lubricant. Find yourself a person who probably likes, you know, trans people. Do all you want. Get a uterus transplant if that's even a thing. But you're never going to be a woman. You're always going to be a guy who's had a sex change into a woman. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do we want to feed them that reality, or do we just want to just start giving people the like the fairy tale, like, be whatever you want to be, you know? Didn't you say that about like I don't want to even associate him, but that's what David Banner was saying. Stop telling kids you can be whatever you want to be. It's not the reality. It's not the reality of the situation. You know, we're just feeding people too much, you know, fairy tale stuff, bro, and not enough reality, in my opinion. And I don't know, that might be hate speech by today's standards, but you know, I don't know. I just let people do whatever they do. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to stand on a moral high ground. I've done a lot of bad stuff, done a lot of good stuff, you know, but I'm not Gandhi. I'm just a nigga with opinion. You know. Let me get off my soapbox. God damn, this is depressing. What do you have to... I don't know, because you guys are pretty progressive. Well, and they're very progressive, him and his wife, Evan, I've noticed.
Well, it's... I just feel like... I mean, well, for one, I'm all for it.
A 12-year-old kid choosing their...
I mean...
sex?
It's more than that, though. It's the fact that, you know, his mother... Well, his stepmom and his father are supporting this decision. I'm sure they probably sat and had long talks and stuff like that. And his siblings are supporting it. Like, they're like, I don't care. I love you regardless.
Of course. You're supposed to love regardless.
That's not always the case, though.
Yeah.
Like his birth mom, I guess, it says she still refers to him as her son. So it's like, not everyone is like, you know.
So he probably feels persecuted by that, huh? She's calling me by my actual name.
I don't know. But, you know, I'm more for like, if you feel like that, then, you know, no. I'm behind you no matter what.
Do you think, now, okay, I have a question for you. Because I said how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I'm unapologetic with that. I don't care. Do you think people are just running with it? Like you said, his dad supports him, his stepmom supports him, whatever. Because if they don't support him, the backlash that will come. I think people fear that backlash a lot. That cancel culture, that people bullying you online, all
Not
that
for
stuff.
not for them. It may be for other people, but just in this case, I don't think that's the case though.
But you will acknowledge people run with it, and I say it like the delusion. It's delusion, in my opinion, because if you're attracted to males, you could just be gay. You don't have to. Like there's a whole different.
Yeah, but I
we're
don't think
going
it's not just about attraction though. It's about how you really feel. Like
You feel like a
some
woman when
people-
you're a guy.
some people really don't feel like they belong. Like they don't feel like the gender that they are.
And that's not. So feelings come from where?
I mean,
Emotions in your brain, right? You don't think there's any
Things like-
type of like psychology or
No.
any type of none?
it just doesn't seem like
Does that seem smart though? Like,
What?
so you're telling me somebody is feeling something that's causing them to feel some type. So someone's experiencing some emotions that are causing them to feel some type of way. Emotions come from the brain. And then to say psychology, which is the study of the mind, right? And the actual biology, chemical imbalances, all that type of stuff. And you're telling me that
Well, I feel like that's a very surface way to look at it because I don't think it's just a feeling. I'm positive it's much more than just a feeling. Like this isn't something that is just like one day, it's like it just switches. I feel like this is something that it starts out as a thought, but then it's like they notice that just the way that they move around life and carry themselves and things like that, and just I feel like they come to a point where they're just not happy with the gender that they are in a sense.
they're not happy with themselves.
And
They're at dis-ease.
no, I'm not saying that.
Wait. You just said they're not happy. Dis-ease? Not disease, but dis-ease.
Yeah,
They're
but-
not happy with
Yeah,
yourself.
but can I finish? So I'm saying like not necessarily unhappy with themselves, but just like not feeling 100% themselves. And I just feel like some people just don't feel like they're meant to be this or that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It doesn't.
You
It
don't think
doesn't
there's
sound
anything-
like they're mentally ill or anything like that.
That sounds like
Because if you heard
100%.
D-Wade's son talk, he's not mentally ill. Like about this, like everything. Like there's a viral video of him just talking about all this stuff, and yeah, he's not mentally ill.
Well, what is mental illness to you then?
Things that
Because there could be a stigmatization or a stigma around the stigmatization. There could be a stigma around the word illness. But there's something, I would say there's some type of disconnect that is happening with the mind. And,
I don't think so.
well, I mean, why would somebody not be happy with themselves? Like, you're yourself.
I mean, there's different reasons for different things. I mean, some people they're not happy with their skin tone, so they get stuff changed and stuff like that. But it's like, but that's different though. I feel like for this really does take like a lot of thought though. Like, and some people just know, even from like a very young age, they just know.
Would you say this is a first world problem? Do you think people like in Africa or people in like Sudan or people in the Middle East who are like, or Lebanon,
Well,
do you think they worry about stuff like this? They're worried about like surviving and
Well, where our culture is different. You can't like. There's things in those other places where you can't even do like freedom of speech. These are some places that you're probably like, trying to refer to are places that will probably kill you for even speaking out or standing up for anything too. Now, America isn't the perfect place, but we definitely have a lot more freedom to be ourselves. I feel like.
you think?
Yes, definitely.
Even with people getting deplatformed, and if you speak out against the government, do you think you won't get killed?
I mean, people do all the time. Not everyone gets killed, but but also history has shown that, people that seem like they were going to,
Especially our people.
people that seem like they were going to take it to the next level as far as like, it could be social injustice or whatever, that can be deemed as a threat to the government. They usually do take
and
them
then they
out.
mysteriously come up.
Yeah, they come up
You heard about-
missing and stuff like that.
You heard
and
about the first black? She was the first black. Let me get it right. She was the first black judge or something like that. but she mysteriously ended up in the river.
Yeah. Like, that's a normal thing, though, too. But, I mean, this is more like, in these other countries, it's just, they wouldn't even get this far. Like, their parents might even, like, do something to them. If they even tried to have a conversation about being gay or, wanting to transition, not feeling like a guy. Like, it's definitely different.
Yeah, so and first African American New York female judge found dead. This was like 2 days after she got. Yeah, but I don't know. Like my opinion, bro, on America is like we're just. Do you think there's something that is and it sounds crazy, but are we too free?
No, I don't think so.
So I kind of disagree. Like I mean, in thought, I don't know if there's such a thing as too free. It's kind of like saying like black. Like free is free. It's either you're freedom or you're in bondage. But is what some people might say. But I think there is a gray area to like, because you could totally be like in America we think we're free, but we're not really free. Like this is how stuff like racism exists, sexism exists, and classism exists, and even like, yeah, you could speak out, but you might accidentally end up dead. We don't know how it happened. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't know. I feel like there's a culture of coddling. There's a culture of just if somebody's feeling some type of way and it's different, that we're afraid to just say, hey, you might be wrong with your thinkings. Like when it comes to gender and sex, it's different, I guess. I'm a heterosexual man. I like women. I've liked women too much in the past, and that has got me in trouble. And that could be further indicative of things down my line of history, where it's like abuses that happened, mentalities that were developed through the people that I grew up around, the media that I'm intaking, and the way that they treat women, and why I replicated and produced that and manifested that in my life. So why can I be reflective on like that, but somebody, because you do realize a lot of those people have been molested or raped, and I feel like that's something that doesn't get highlighted, is that a lot of these people who have these things, if you were to ask them, I'm not going to put a number on it, but some of them have been raped, have been molested.
And some of them haven't.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like that's a narrative that doesn't get pushed enough, because it's like, to me, when I hear somebody who wants to be something that is what they're, because when you see a transsexual person, do you think they are a man? So say a woman, because I know from high school, I know a person, and he was a man, and now he's a woman, right? Do you have to say, and this is like, it's kind of interesting too, because I was watching a podcast by Joe Rogan, and he was just like, what he was talking to, you ever heard of Ben Shapiro?
Yeah.
Okay. And Ben Shapiro was saying, and I kind of, funny enough, agree with him on that regard. He is a Jew, but he's also a Republican, and people call him like alt-right. But in that regard, I somewhat agree with him, where it's like, we don't have to, adhere to all of these things, this American culture where it's like, we just have to just go with it. But then Joe's retort to him was, well, my main thing is, why do you care? And that's an amazing point. Like, why do I care? I kind of don't. That's why I just let people be what they be, But, I mean, everybody's entitled to an opinion on a matter if you ask me about it.
Yeah.
Right? But do I care? Like, what does it mean to care? I would think to care about something produces some action towards that feeling of caring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I care about you. So I come over here and I talk to you and I say, what's up, buddy? And you know what I'm saying? I care about my wife.
Yeah.
So I do certain things for her. I care about, like, I can say, like, if you were to ask me about the Dolphins, I'd be like, yeah, sure. I mean, they could be, we should protect them, I guess. Am I going to, like, go out and physically? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, there's a general sense of caring, I guess. But is that caring gonna produce action for a lot of people? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I care about something, I guess, but I'm not out protesting against gay rights. Like, what do I look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, would Martin Luther King agree with me out there doing that? Probably not. You know, I try and honor my ancestors. So it's like, I'm not going to be actively trying to get in your way to get you getting wherever you're going to go. Is that, now the moral question would be, is that right or wrong? Because what if you're about to go off a ledge and die? And we're talking like purely metaphorical in terms of the culture that is cultivated. The way that because would you say American culture for the most part is good or bad?
I think it just depends on context of like what good or bad is. Because there's definitely some great things about being in America, but then it's also layered though, because
It's wild.
America's a very interesting place. It definitely has some great things, but it also has some terrible things, and then also has some just extremely terrible things that are masked in things that don't seem as bad.
Yeah.
Because a lot of our issues are just deeply rooted. So like the foundation of this country was it was based around a lot of just bad stuff, like just things that they did, people killed, just coming here, spreading diseases, things like that, enslaving people, forcing people to build this country and then taking credit for it. Like, but then it's like, come all the way now, to now, it's like things are still bad, but then there's also great things too.
Yeah.
Just simple stuff like us being able to stay here together, you being the ethnic makeup that you are, because
It wouldn't have happened.
yeah, had any of that stuff happened, you wouldn't be Kiahree.
Yeah.
You would be someone completely different. So there are good things that come out of a lot of this bad. There are great things about America, but it's just, I feel like the bad is just too deeply rooted in our country's history to ever really be like erased, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know. And it's a touchy subject, People are probably going to say, I mean, do we even have fans? I don't know. But people might say, oh, he's this or he's... But it's like, no, like, do I care? Not really. I think for me, I don't give a damn.
It's like, if someone wants to identify as a woman, for me, out of respect, I will address them as whatever they want to be addressed by. Like, for me, that's just a respect thing.
Yeah,
like,
I don't always respect just anything anybody ever wants me to do.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about anything that anyone wants me to do. But I'm just saying, like, if one of my friends came up and said, I want to transition to a woman or I want to transition to a guy, as a friend, it's like, for me and my beliefs, where it's like, for one, I'm an advocate for minding my own business. It's not my business. Like, even though they are my business, it's not my business.
Well, very
to tell
libertarian view. Like, I used to be a libertarian, which is kind of like live, let live, but abide by the law. Keep the government out of our business. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like live, let live, and don't treat on other people. So very libertarian view. I don't know if you know what that means.
Yes.
But that's like, I'm with you.
So it's like.
But is it outlandish? So you said if somebody, and I don't know, people are going to think this is ignorant, but is it outlandish? You said if a man comes to you and says, I'm a woman now.
Yeah, but it's not just a man, though. It's like I'm talking about like
your
friends, though.
Yeah.
It's
so
different.
If that same friend came to you, or say another friend that you love just as dearly, and they said, and I'm not trying to be ignorant, hey, I feel like I'm a dog now.
Yeah.
Now, because it exists out, people think they're trans species.
Yeah.
You've heard of this?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not too crazy. And this is why I'm trying to just show like, yo, no, but I guess because we could have Black Lives Matter, but then there's some like black supremacists mixed in with the whole movement. So we have to acknowledge that in this trans movement, there are some people that are legit, sincere, and then there's some people that we probably can just say like, yo, you think you're a dragon? You're crazy, dog. You know what I'm saying? But if that same, say a different friend came to you and said, I feel like I'm a dog, would you, out of respect, you would just say, okay?
Well, it's not, I would have the conversation first. Like, it's just trying to understand what they're saying. Now, if someone said they feel like a dog, that's something I wouldn't, I may not agree with. Yeah. So, that's where, everyone has different opinions come in. Yeah. So it's like, but I'm not going to sit here and, some people like bash them and
Yeah.
ridicule them and stuff like
Or
that.
get, like I said, get in their way of
Yeah,
trying
it's
to
like-
I'm not gonna vote for legislation to
Yeah, it's
stop.
like-
Like, bro, do you?
Yo,
I
if-
mean, I just don't know if what you're doing is right.
if homie wants to bark or whatever, it's like, all right, bro. But like, I'm not like, so like how you kind of feel is like, if someone came to me and said they want to be an animal, it's like, all right, cool. That has nothing to do with like my life for the most part. It's not really gonna affect me.
Yeah.
But then it's like, that's something I probably wouldn't agree with.
Yeah.
So it's like, so that's where, so it's like, it's just whatever, it's like pick and choose.
Yeah.
So it's like, now for people and gender and things like that, like I'm on,
Hits a little closer to home.
in a sense, yeah, their side. But for someone to say, they feel like a dog or a cat or whatever, it's
Yeah.
like, that's not really like,
So, yeah.
that's when I would just be quiet.
yeah. My follow-up question is,
Yeah.
so that whole process you go through,
Yeah.
do you think that whole process it has been attacked, lessened, and even ignored? Because you just said somebody who came to you and said they were a dog, you would go through this whole process. Do you think the conversation is being just thrown out and you just have to agree when it comes to the trans movement?
No,
Because I just gave you
would-
side by side.
No,
'Cause,
but I'm saying I would also have the conversation if someone came to me and said they wanted to be trans. So it's like I would want more information. Like what made you feel this way? How'd you get to this point? Are you sure this is, are you ready?
Yeah.
Because it comes with this and stuff like that. Like
See,
I
yeah.
would, I'm having those
And that,
conversations.
that's
too.
more so my opinion with it, because it's like I feel like in these times when we just see people getting canceled and people getting
Yeah.
labeled as alt right or what, it's just like I feel like the whole analysis, because it's an analysis that happens, right? You're analyzing the person's mindset, the logic of it, all of it. The analysis part is kind of just being cast to the wayside, in my opinion, and we're just now being asked to just go with it.
Yeah.
And that to me is kind, because it's like if you saw the homie that was a whack ass rapper, but people are just enabling him, and then he goes on to just be a whack, unsuccessful rapper who's like 50 and working at Walmart, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like, did we do a disservice to, that? Because I mean, this is not, it's anecdotal to say that all, like, oh, there might be one out there who does all, because we're talking about a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There might be one out there who does, because, there are things called puberty blockers. There are things called hormones that,
Yeah.
if you're a man, they'll start introducing estrogen and they're blocking testosterone.
Yeah.
And that might cause you to stop growing phase. So it's like we're attacking and I don't want to say attacking, right? Because it kind of sounds bad, but there's a bevy of different fronts that these people are, okay, I'm doing hormone therapy, I'm doing the psychological aspect, and now I'm probably going to start doing surgery, the physical alteration aspect.
Yeah.
So it's like we're on every front is kind of like where this enabling is kind of happening. And then what if at the end of all of it, because now you just, what I'm saying, what if you don't feel like that anymore? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing about, I guess, being American. You have the freedom to.
So that's why I say, are we too free? Are we just supposed to just go with it now? Because, well, he's expressing, like, or are we just not helping people, get to where, are we just not helping people anymore? Are we just like saying, I guess you have the right, go ahead. But what if that is going to lead them down a life that they aren't necessarily ready for?
That's when you,
especially for a 12-year-old.
So it's like, I don't know. I just feel like even if it's like your 12-year-old,
Yeah.
as long as you're still guiding them and trying to lead them, the right way, it's like nothing bad has to come out of this though.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily meaning like
Because I got a 12-year-old at home that's afraid of the dark.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And so how do you react to that when you say someone's 12 and they're afraid of the dark? Like, how does that?
Because like, but she thinks she's grown.
Mm-hmm.
So you think you're so grown, but you have no idea what's out there and all the stuff. But you still have this. You think you're something, but like she's still afraid of the dark. And I'm just like, her name's Brianna. I'm just like, Brianna, you're so like, and this is my niece that I'm taking care of.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you don't really understand, like, how are you claiming to be like an adult? Like, there's nothing to fear about the dark. We talked about this, right? You did night photography.
Yeah, but that's just me though. Like, people are scared of different things for different
Yeah.
reasons. So
Because I used to
something-
be afraid of the dark when I was a kid.
yeah, like something could happen, or just
Like the boogeyman.
Yeah,
or,
the
ooh.
dark's always associated with something like evil is just there waiting for you.
I think it's
you
the
know?
unknown as well.
Yeah, not
know?
knowing. Yeah,
But I don't know. The only reason I reference that is to say,
Yeah.
like, imagine her making a life decision at 12 when she's still afraid of the dark. She's still such a kid. Like she still
But
is
it's like-
in her
so-
ways, But
if she
we're
brings up that-
entrusting her to make something that it's a big, like to me, it's a big deal, bro. Like that's a big deal.
for you talking about being afraid of the dark, or
No, not afraid of it. But for like to switch your sex and then go down that path.
So she says
That's a
like,
big deal, man.
but my thing is like, what if they have the conversation where it's like, so if someone comes up to you with that kind of, conversation, like, are you open and like, are you listening to them, or do you just shut it down immediately and just like, no, no, I'm not listening to this.
No, if a person asks me, I would share my opinion, just like I'm sharing my opinion now.
I mean, like a 12-year-old though. So like, so say like if your niece, just because you just brought her up.
Yeah.
So like, just what if? So if she came up to you and saying like, I don't really feel like I've been thinking about transitioning. I don't really feel like myself. I feel more of myself when I'm like this, and I just feel like this is who I'm meant to be. Do you accept that? Oh, I mean, I'm not saying accept it, but like at least hear what she's saying, or are you just cutting it off?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be like, because with religious people, they just think we're just like stuck to the past, or like, oh, so conservative. No, I was just again watching a Joe Rogan podcast, and there was a lady who grew up in China, and she was just talking about the culture, which is why she loved America so much, was very much do as like I'm over you. Listen.
Yeah.
There is no dialogue. It's a monologue. And that's what she said specifically. It's not a culture of dialogue. It's a culture of literally monologue. One line from me to you, and that's it. So, I mean, I would listen to her. I would, but again, like with my niece who's gay, I mean, we've had a talk about it. I was like, what we believe. Me and my wife, we Christian.
Yeah.
We've had the talk. I've said, I don't necessarily agree, but I still treat her just like my niece. I still treat her like I love her. You know what I'm saying? And, she knows how I feel. She knows where I stand. And, they look up to me, and, but I mean, I don't treat her any differently. So it's like, that would be the same thing. I'd be like, I would let her know. I would let my opinions be known. I would let her know about the psychology that might go into it, the all the bevy of factors. And then, see, this is why I don't think people really understand. We get to talking about gender roles, and we get to talking about gender, and we get to talking about sex, which is a scientific term, and gender is more of a social term, not necessarily science. Like, because people, when we say sex change, it's literally impossible. Sex is defined at birth. It's in the DNA. So this is even when people were saying have you ever heard we're all born female?
Yeah.
Okay. That's false. Because your dad.
Well, not born female, but we all share.
Oh, not born, but we all start off as a female.
As like the same thing, but then we just develop our gender parts, or we stay depending if you're a boy or girl.
Well, and I can explain the process like I'm a biologist, right? And this is why when I would hear that narrative, I'd be like, that doesn't make sense, because upon conception, when a gamete is formed, or a zygote, like female gametes, male gametes.
This really became a science podcast.
Well, hey, bro, I didn't go to the NAU for nothing. But, when that zygote is formed, sex is determined there. Sex is in your DNA, right? Either you have XY, male, or XX. Now, it doesn't manifest until a couple of weeks into the process, but that doesn't mean that we necessarily start off all female. What happens is the Y chromosome sets about a course of reactions that releases testosterone, and that testosterone causes, the production. I mean, it's not a secret. Man is the counterpart to woman, and woman is the counterpart to man. 2 balls, 2 ovaries. Ours goes out, and theirs goes in. It's not that we all have boobs or it's nipples, you know? Like, you know what I'm saying? Women produce lactate or, you know, they lactate.
Yeah.
The body naturally produces lactic acid. That's how when you're working out and you start getting tired, that is literally lactic acid forming around your muscle fibers that is slowing you down and tiring you out. This is why Michael Phelps is so good, because his body naturally does not produce a lot of lactate acid. And that's why he's able to just, you know what I'm saying? Or lactate. Isn't lactate like when you can't?
It's for like lactose intolerant.
You know what I'm saying? But,
no, I got you.
Our body has estrogen in it.
Yeah, of course.
We have femininity in us.
Yeah, of course.
But it's just the patriarchy that says, no, testosterone only. I'm a feminine male, bro. I'm also a masculine male. Same with you. You know, just
everyone.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That's what, but you're here. But, you know, it's this culture that brings about, you know, we were both told as men, young boys, actually, don't cry. That's some bitch shit.
Yeah.
Because what essentially I was talking about Pavlov's dog, conditioning, they're conditioning a response, and that couldn't lower your expression of emotions, which would in turn lower your body's natural levels of estrogen. So this is how you get like these toxic males out here who can't, you know, express themselves.
That and how you get just mentally ill. That's
exactly.
literally like you're developing mentally ill.
Exactly.
Like mental illness in a sense.
As a byproduct of social conditioning.
Yeah.
And toxic social conditioning that is perpetuated by the patriarchy. The male patriarchy, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, but sex is the term. So sex, you can't change your sex. Sex change. So I'm a big proponent of like, I don't know, there's probably a word for this, but words are like entendres, if you will. Like spelling, for example. Literally, I believe spelling, like, have you ever just took a step back and looked at words and just like, and maybe it's because I am like a writer, but like spelling, for example, what is a spell? Can someone cast a spell on you? What does a spell do? It makes you do something that you wouldn't naturally do.
Yeah.
What is makeup? Are we making up something? What is concealer? What are we concealing? You know, and it's not conspiracy, but it's like spelling. You know what I'm saying? So when we say sex change, what are we trying to say? Sex is something it's embedded in your DNA. A true sex change would literally have to be all the XY chromosomes in your body have gotten switched to XX chromosomes in your body and vice versa. That is a sex change, right? Gender is something that is socially constructed. You know what I'm saying? So, and with it comes gender roles, also socially constructed. Men need to be out in the fields because we're stronger.
So with that, how do you feel about people that identify as like non-binary?
I don't even know what that means.
So it's like
they're not.
So
they're
like
both.
So they choose neither in a sense. So they go by not he or her. It's like they.
Him or him.
They.
Him, she, or
like just they. Like
yeah. So even him and her, that is again social conditioning. So because like I always had a theory, bro, and to keep it short, it's like, what if people really are just gay, but it's because the social condition. Because there's not. I acknowledge the fact that. I mean, even though I think it's only seen in nature a couple of times, like animal, but then I think people will just screw anything, and I think animals will screw anything when they're horny. Honestly,
I think that's definitely like a. I mean, we are animals too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you might get drink in you, or you know what I'm saying.
That's a good topic. Monogamy, for like just like for like the man side, like monogamy, and how it can kind of, you know, counteract against some of like I feel like our biological just makeup and what's the word, like urges, or you know, like things like tendencies and things like that. How do you feel about like do you feel like monogamy is like, because you know, like men get bashed for like cheating and stuff like that, and like they have like a one night stand, but then you know they want to go back to like their wives and stuff because everything's good. You know, but like just in that moment, they may say like, they just wanted something else.
It's like a Joe Budden lyric, man. For every bad bitch, there's a nigga that's tired of fucking her.
So
Like, have you broken that? Like, that was probably one of the realest things I ever heard Joe Budden say. For every Beyonce, there's a Jay-Z tired of like messing with her.
Yeah.
So that's why he goes out and finds someone else. You know?
because it's like, it's essentially the same thing over and over and over. And then
Yeah.
because some men, I feel like they act on impulse, and it's like,
Yeah, especially when we're young.
yeah, and like in this moment, this sounds great. So you might find a girl and it's just like, in this moment, I feel like being faithful and like I feel like being, just I'm ready for that next level.
Yeah.
And then 2 months later, you're like, oh, I'm kind of over it. So it's like,
Yeah.
so like I'm curious to know like how you feel about that. Like, do you feel because in a sense we are animals and naturally the male, like even for like lions, how it's like it's not just a male and female, it's this one lion and then the
Yeah.
entire, just all the
What is it, a harem?
Yeah,
Harem?
like
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's true, right? I do think, now that I'm maturing though, like there is something to be said about just like, and I'm still growing, but just
Yeah.
like being in a committed relationship to another person. There is some type of spirituality, and I guess that's why it's defined in the Bible, There is something like godly about that or spiritual about that. It was just like foregoing your natural instinct, because I mean, of course it's our natural instinct. There's like, when people try and this is probably like another reoccurring theme, people are trying to ignore nature. Like, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ignore what is natural, and not, to me, the term natural has again been, people, I think what America's problem is just marketing, and like, because marketing is something that is projected and it may or may not be the actuality of the fact.
yeah.
So when we say natural, you think of something that is right. That's not what is natural. Natural is what nature has set.
Intended for us, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And maybe even intended might be, because intended probably, intended might be okay. But like, what is natural is that there are men and there is women.
Yeah.
That is what nature has done.
Yeah.
Right? And religious people like myself, but if I can step back and take through, a lot of Christians won't do this, or just religious people, look at it through a logical lens. A lot of people must say God intended, but we can just say nature. This is how nature, everybody has a counterpart. Now, there are asexual animals out there who can reproduce by themselves.
Yeah.
Plants do it all the time.
Yeah.
But, like, nature has said for men, you guys can reproduce until you die.
But yeah.
There is something to be said for that. Women, not so much.
Yeah.
There is a reason why women are more drawn towards, and this is only some, because there are hoes amongst all spectrums, bro.
Yeah.
There's transsexual hoes, gay hoes, straight hoes, men, women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think everybody goes through a hoe phase in their life, probably.
Yeah.
I did. You know what I'm saying? Mine was later on. Some people get it in high school, which is crazy to me. I was thinking about freaking Yu-Gi-Oh.
I had friends getting it in elementary school.
Bro, I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh, watching Pokemon, trying to make it to the
it's like-
league
but
before
like-
I realized there's only like 300 players in the league. I was like, I can make it.
But see, it's like I knew what sex was though at a very, very early age.
Well, so did I.
But it still didn't make me want to do it though. Like, like it made me want to do it less, honestly.
Well, it's because the innocence of a child, you
Yeah.
know? And I guess that's what, to go back to the further, like, that's what irks me is like children are like innocent and they don't really know, So it's
Yeah.
like, should we be trusting them to, I don't know. But
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm sorry, actually go ahead.
But no, that's what I was gonna say is, like kids, like as brilliant as they are, they're dope spirits. But there's a reason why, until, especially for men, like we're not even considered competent until we're like 25. Women just mature faster, you know.
But I think that's also us cultural society type thing too.
Yeah.
Because women are sexualized as children. So
Straight
it's
out the gate.
So it's like
This is a complex topic, you
No,
know. 'Cause
it is,
We're
yeah.
dealing with biology, we're dealing with sociology, and then we're dealing with like culture.
Yeah.
Because out the gate, women are being sexualized.
like
Pink is being pushed to them. Everything pink.
Yeah.
Gender roles. Oh, you're supposed to be in the kid. So that's what I'm saying. There's like a big
like
storm.
one of the
brewing.
things is like saying like, oh, you're dressed too grown. Like And then like they may just be like their hair is a certain way. Like I've seen, on Twitter or whatever, like a parent might get their their young kid's hair done a certain way, and it's like people are like, she looks way too grown for that hairstyle. Like for me, I feel like that's automatically you're sexualizing this child already.
You're kind of condemning the child because you're trying to saying something is too grown is almost saying you're asking to be like pursued.
Yeah.
It's like that's crazy. That term is even like a byproduct of the patriarchy because a man. Oh, why are you trying to make yourself desirable to a man?
Like,
like you ever heard the term like, oh, look what she was wearing. She was asking for it.
Yeah, it's like victim blaming before they even become a victim.
Yeah,
like victimizing them or victim blaming them when they're like 5 for wearing a
put the accountability on a man though. Put the accountability on a man to not be dirtbags. You know?
But
in other countries, like, you know what I'm saying, like. Typically, like, I mean, if we really want to be, if we're trying to like pursue the nature, like a woman is ready to go when she has her first period. Like that is what nature says.
Yeah, they used to marry off 14, 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, so.
And in America, we've said that's a little crazy. This little girl still picks her nose.
Yeah.
Hey, Bobby, why don't you take a hike? You're 50.
Exactly. Yeah.
Kels.
Find someone.
Kels, get back in the closet.
That's hilarious because look who's on my screen.
Kels, get out of her closet.
He got hit with new allegations, and it says he sexually abused a minor for 4 years, beginning in 1997. But
he's a sick guy, but he was See, this is a crazy. So that's what I was saying. Like, there's in my mind, America, and then it could be perpetuated by religion, because what does Kanye say? We at war. Boom, boom. Boom. We at war
with terrorism, racism, but we at war with ourselves.
We're at war with ourselves.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. So it's like, okay.
No, I'm trolling now. But in general, there's a storm, and I believe a spiritual, right? But even if we take away the spiritual aspect, there is a culture war. There is a like power struggle war. There is money. There is sex. There is drugs. So it's like there is a chaos, and in it, there's like in the eye of the storm, there's beauty. Like the true nature of man is beauty.
Yeah.
But we have to acknowledge that there's a lot of craziness that goes on, and a lot of ideas are gonna get thrown out there.
Yeah.
A lot of like, oh, I feel like I'm, and like, and I'm not trying to disrespect them by saying that it's in that storm, but it kind of like my gut instinct tells me that seems like something is off with that whole thinking. But then again, I believe God walked on water, so who am I? I'm just a crazy Christian guy. You know what I'm saying?
So how do you feel about so let's say like R. Kelly, for instance. So how you said he got molested or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's an excuse for like not directly an excuse, but like for when people always he got school shooters, he got bullied, he got molested as a child and stuff like that. Like, do you think when they do these certain acts, like, do you think there's like a pinch of like justification in there because of the trauma that they received?
Okay. Oh, and it just came to me. I don't think it's an excuse. It's an explanation. Does that make sense? It makes sense now why, but it's not an excuse.
I would compare that to like an excuse, but like an educated excuse, kind of like an hypothesis,
an explanation. Yeah,
educated guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
By technical definition. Yeah. So it's not an excuse.
Yeah.
Because there's a ton of people out there, who have been sexually abused who would never do it.
Yeah.
Because they know firsthand what it is, and the type of freaking emotional, like the power struggle that ensues. Yeah. A lot of people who have been sexually abused go on to be like hypersexual.
Yeah.
And so there's a bevy of like, it's like a Pandora's box, but some people still don't perpetuate the.
Yeah.
But then for every person that, and I would not say for every person, I don't think it's 50-50, but people who have it done to them, and again, right, I believe it's spiritual. I believe it's like that evil got introduced and it replicates and it replicates and it replicates. It's like you can directly trace, I believe, every rapist slash pedophile. You can probably follow a line back to the original perpetrator of what, you know what I'm saying? Because I think it only happens to people who've had it happen to them. You know what I'm saying? Or no,
Yeah.
I don't know if I said that right. It only people who do it only do it because it happened to them. I don't think any sane person would just out the blue, unless they get like in a cult or something, and that's just
Even
some
then-
type of cognitive dissonance. Like, hey, this is what we do.
I feel like
you know.
any of that kind of action it's not sane at all.
Yeah. But I think it happened. People who it happened to perpetuate it, and if you really followed it, you would see, okay, he was touched as a kid, and he was touched by this guy, and this guy was molested by this person, and like the evil has just been,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? We were talking about epigenetics. I don't know about, but
it's a lot that can.
I do think, there is a link between, perpetuation and like people having it happen to them. So causation and perpetuation, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I would say that is an explanation as to, that makes sense, but it's not an excuse.
Yeah, I was gonna say because at the end of the day, you're still responsible for
Yeah.
your actions, no matter how mentally ill you
Yep.
are, no matter how depressed you are, bipolar.
Because people do not want to put in the work to change themselves. Like if
But
something's
somebody-
wrong, people do not want to put in the work, or they're unable to put in the work, or people, I don't know. Ultimately, it comes down to self. If you want to change, then you got to just get out of the rat race.
Yeah.
Because that is a big part of it. People are just so caught up in like, damn, I got to have a place to live. I got to be, and I can't work on self. But no, bro.
Yeah.
If you really want to survive, because ultimately I believe it ends in death, bro. It literally will end. It'll be the end of you.
Yeah.
Whether through whatever mean. You'll end up dying in prison where you're probably going to get shanked. Let's keep it a buck. He's probably going to get his ass thrown off the 5th tier if R. Kelly goes to jail. I mean, I really don't see a good instance for him. Or
Yeah, because when it comes to children in prison, from
Exactly.
what I've heard,
yeah,
even in like that kind of environment,
Yeah.
that shit is still unacceptable.
yep.
Which is
Which is crazy because how is there honor among thieves? I'm surprised that amongst gangsters, like everything is good to go, but except for kids.
yeah,
Hey man, that's a kid, bro.
kids
But-
and women
But imagine how many kids have been shot in drive-bys.
still.
But I mean, that's a whole different. That's just crazy to me.
There's a lot of slippery slopes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's a kid. We gonna get you. You know. So just that culture is weird too, bro. Like, what the hell is going on in there? You'll murder a grown ass man, but you won't murder a kid.
Yeah,
Whereas some people are just serial killers. They'll murder anything.
yeah.
You know, because I don't know, man. But yeah, man, R. Kelly, I feel for him, but not really. Especially when somebody is like he was putting in his music. He was like really like, because the fiddler on the roof is what he calls himself, or the Pied Piper.
the Pied Piper of
He
R&B.
calls himself the pipe. Like, look at the entendre of that. My music is so good, I'm gonna get you to do whatever I want, and I'm gonna slip my little messages in the music, and that's what he did. And every serial killer ever that got caught is because they got too cocky and confident.
And then
This nigga making videos.
Pied Piper, the original. What is that? Gosh,
He was a guy who would bring little children out to him.
it was something like that, right?
Like, come on, bro. He
And
knew
so
what he was doing.
He called himself that.
Yeah.
And then the grown ass people that were around him, no one said anything.
You think niggas know what Pied Piper means though? They're like, Piper, like, is that Peter Piper?
Someone asked him what that means.
You got a pizza shop? Pied Piper?
Someone asked him what that means.
I mean, hey, dog, let me get a large.
And these people aren't stupid. Like, especially like these execs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're not stupid. They know.
Well, you already know they're in it as well, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you saw the whole Epstein shit? Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro. What, if Bill Clinton took like 20 rides with him? You know what was happening, bro. Like, Bill Clinton getting head in the White. I mean, how old was Monica Lewinsky when she was, I mean, I thought she was young, right? Wasn't Bill like 50 something?
Bill was old as hell.
He's always been messing with young guns. No, young guns. He's always messing with young girls.
Let me see. How old
You know what I
was
mean?
she?
So like, it's just, man. We have. So I think we all know what the
Yo.
R. Kelly thing was.
Monica Lewinsky is 46 right now. So when
She
that
was,
happened,
like,
she
20.
Let me see.
Ay, Dios mío.
Jesus.
I don't blame him though. Hillary, she ugly as hell. Even back then, she looked like a librarian. Not even a sexy one.
Library. No, she looked okay.
Back in the day, Hillary?
Oh yeah, and her no, she looked okay. Yeah, it was her early 20s. And then how old is Bill Clinton? What the hell?
Oh yeah, I like that right there.
Bill's been old since he was born, but let me check.
Oh,
He's just one of those people. He just
hey, Monica, you want to get rid of that student loan debt?
yeah. Bill was born in the 40s. Jesus.
Kels, is that you? Kels?
Nah, listen, Bill Clinton walked so R. Kelly could run.
Or Step in the Name of Love.
Oh shit.
Hey, his music's still banging though. That's what's weird.
That's what pisses me off so much.
So some of our famous entertainers are just like horrible people.
Bro, like I had the Fat Albert DVDs.
Hey, little girl.
Well, no, for Bill Cosby, it was just women in general.
Yeah,
You know, I'm just going to slip this pill into you.
You know what it is? It's like not overcompetence. I was gonna say overconfidence. Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm Bill Cosby. I can do whatever the hell I want, and
Yeah.
you should be lucky to even be with me.
But like that's what I feel like that's what happens because we worship these celebrities like they're gods.
You know what happened too? Probably he was messing with some chick who was just doped out of her mind, and she like fell out while he was, you know what I mean? And he probably just kept on going, and he's like, damn, this is kind of better. I don't have to worry, you know? Maybe something in him just doesn't like the woman being, that probably unlocked, like, you know, a special skill unlocked. A secret character unlocked. You know, passed out Cosby. You know?
Passed out Cosby.
He must just like people being like some remnant. Like, who would know? Do you think, what if he would have saw someone who was like dead? And maybe he like wanted, you never know, man. Was it necrophilia?
Necrophilia, yeah.
You know, a lifeless, formless body, or maybe he likes the whole thing of like, you know, getting it, and then the girl is like falling out, but she's waking up and telling him no, and he likes like slapping her hand. Like, you never know, like, and that he gets some type of thrill from it. Old ass man can't even keep it hard with 12 Viagra's in him, so maybe that's what gets him going, bro.
Jesus.
I mean, I would imagine eventually your body just doesn't use it anymore.
Imagine
Like,
you just call your girl, hey, I just popped 12 Viagra's. We on tonight. And she like,
12? Yo, your shit will pop, dog.
yo.
You'll be in it, and she'll be like, what was that? And like, just imagine, could you imagine your penis popping like a freaking balloon?
Nah, bro.
Damn, do you know how much pain that would be? Oh, Jesus. 12 of them?
Oh my God.
God damn, boy.
And
what
you're
if
not going to make it out of that one.
Bro, 12 of them, what if you like ate a whole pizza so you just have like hella salt in your body and you got extra water in your body? God damn.
I can't, bro.
Hey, I just watched Sonic last night, actually. That's funny you said.
How was it?
It was cool.
Really?
Jim Carrey's character is crazy.
Of course.
I liked it though. He was pretty cool. I didn't hear the the little.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that once. I was pissed.
But did it look good though? Like, 'cause
Yeah.
I feel like if they would have went with like the original.
Yeah, that shit looked trash. They trying to make him look too human like.
Yeah.
Nah, we don't need that, bro.
Yeah, he looked kind of scary.
It looks like there's about to be a 2 because they ended it. Well, Jim Carrey's character on a different planet, but he was still alive and he's still about to make his way back. So, yeah, I thought it was cool. It was a nice little night out, Valentine's Day. Yeah, man, that was a deep discussion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're gonna cancel me, at least buy my album first
what?
before you cancel.
I'm
First of all, you can't even get canceled if you never on. So I'm kind of bulletproof. Like, I ain't about shit anyways.
I mean,
You gonna cancel those 1,000 streams I get? Oh, what a surprise! A Christian doesn't believe or doesn't agree with something super liberal.
yeah, like I just feel like I guess to sum it all up, you don't have to agree with anything that anyone
Yeah.
does. But like why but
Yeah, why do you care?
yeah,
I
like
guess.
you said, like why get in their way?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I would never get in their way, but if you want to explain, if you want to have a discussion, like, Nothing we said today was like I didn't use the F word. I mean, I didn't say like
No, if you
that
use
rhymes
that
with
word,
maggot. You know.
that's just a weird word. But the fact that we used to say that so normally, though,
Yeah, man.
just
When I was a kid.
the context of every single word that we used when we were younger definitely changed once we got
Yeah.
older.
And I'm probably really reserved, like outside of just like the N word amongst like black friends. I don't even say like I don't say I'll say for this. I don't say crack because cracker's not really a bad one, but I don't even say cracker.
That's weird.
I don't
mean,
say
it's-
like honky. I don't say nothing like any type of like because I'm not part of that group. Like even with Mexican people, I have to be cool when I don't call people beaners or like wetback. Like because they'll probably look at me and they're like, nah, you look too black. We're about to jump you.
Yeah,
you know?
I've never heard any of my friends like say that. Like, no one's ever called like a Mexican person any slur like that. Like, no one's called any Asian person any kind of slur. Like, we were all pretty chill. Like, I know people that did, but like my friends, yeah, it was it was just never like that.
Yeah.
That's
So I don't know. But yeah, like I would never. In conclusion, I would never get in their way. But if we're gonna debate like because I feel like it turns into a like a common sense debate, and I was like, common sense does not really agree with what you're doing, and then you just gotta really, in my opinion, right, and then you gotta just worry about like people are out here. Because I'm already concerned with people not loving themselves. That's why I make songs trying to get people to love themselves, and it's like. Are we really not comfortable with ourselves that much that we need to start going get surgeries?
But what if like
Now we need to do the pills and we're doing all this artificial stuff to bring about an organic.
But what if what if someone had that surgery done, and after they have that surgery, just they've been like happy ever since, like happier than they were before. Like, how would
Hey,
you?
man, I understand that life exists as a contradiction, bro. Like, I would just be like, well, you're right. And I would just have to say like, oh, well, I guess in this instance I'm wrong, but.
I don't think it's like right or wrong though. But it's like, but you'll be genuinely happy for them.
Well,
because
because it would be right or wrong. Because I'm saying that you doing that will make you. Well, I don't know. Because
like an opinion though,
And oh wow, revelation, bro. Because another thing is, I feel like remember I said you just need to stop everything and fix it. But we're so caught up in everything, the culture and all that stuff, that so if you're not happy inside, I don't think, and I guess that's what bothers me. Because like again, words and what they mean, sex change, makeup, concealer. I've never seen a transgender that looks exactly the way they looked before. They always go and put in, if you're a man, okay, man becoming a woman. Now I need the boobs, I need the butt, I need the makeup, I need the, like, look what Caitlyn Jenner did. We got like a shave down his Adams up, did all this stuff, right? Woman becomes a man, she grows out a beard, she starts probably getting buff and doing all this overcompensating. I was like, it feels like we're putting on a suit to acclimate. You know what I'm saying? And that's concerning to me because it's like, is it real then? Makeup, concealer, is it real? Is it real? Because if you and then I'll, is it real? Oh.
Jesus.
But that's just like coming from like general concern as like a person. Like you can't just run from you doing this isn't gonna, if you're truly hurting inside and you think that because people will sell you, and again, people sell easy quick fixes. To me, like that would fall under the category of quick fix, as opposed to actually investing in bro. And I can speak as a person who's trying to do it. I'm trying to stop. I'm trying to read self-help books. I'm trying to fix what's wrong inside of me so that I can be greater. Because personally, I don't believe I'll reach the heights I'm meant for until I totally submit and totally change and then reboot and then just like the universe will connect for me, in my opinion, you know? But I feel like unless those people are doing that, a lot of times it feels like, especially in this culture of like, oh, I'm too fat, I don't want to work for it, let me go get lipo. Yeah. Kanye, I did it for you guys. No, you didn't.
Well, I feel like a celebrity is different though, because
the pressures of being a celebrity.
Yeah, but it's like, so for you, so like how you said, that dude called you whatever. The woke. What was it? It starts with the M.
Michelin Man?
Yeah.
Oh, the
Alright.
woke Michelin. Yo,
Yeah.
that shit was funny.
And how, but you
That's
did,
funny.
But I think you did express though that you were kind of like jeez, like
Well, I know I need to be hitting the gym, but I just
it's
weighed
like-
myself today. I was like, damn, I've been working out and I'm still the same weight.
But
you
it's
know?
like, all right, so imagine you just put on like 10 pounds, but
Yeah.
it's like you got
Yeah.
half the planet commenting on like your weight. And yeah, you could just say get off social media, but it's like
Yeah.
if you're on Twitter, Instagram, you have Facebook, you have a YouTube, especially if you're an artist, you're on every social media platform.
yeah,
So it's just like you can't go nowhere. And then you have paparazzis, then you have all these tabloids
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So it's like I get why. So like when Kanye said I did it for y'all, like he did it for himself, but it was
Yeah.
like I did it because of y'all.
own it. If you do it, own it. I just wonder why you can't just hit the gym and do it. But I mean, because that's a quick fix. Again, like the
Yeah.
world is the real world. The internet is like that. Quick fix. The world is
The whole
not
world
like
is
that.
quick. That's our attention spans are like this.
Hmm.
Everything in the world is quick now. People are making songs that are like 2 minutes just
Yeah.
to keep making music and stuff like that. People are
Yeah.
putting out shorter albums. It's just they're just EPing it out.
Yeah.
Like everything, I feel like everything has progressed to the point where everything has to be instant.
Storm.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense,
You know,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
bro, and that's just the lens that it's never malicious, bro.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there is factual like scientific basis for a lot of the stuff I say. When I'm not trolling, like I haven't been trolling this whole episode. I love trolling, but this is a serious topic
Yeah,
because I would hope, and I know a person from my high school that did it. I would hope that that person is happy. I think they're happy, but what does it mean to be happy? I guess but
think-
happy with self. Like I don't know. I just feel like people we do things to get other people off our back.
that is something. Yeah.
So it's like, but if the problem was because that person, right? We all knew that person was flamboyant. Probably would be a gay person. Was I judging them? No. I mean, I was ignorant back then, but I don't think I legitimately like judge gay people back then. It was like, oh, he's like, you could tell, like, if somebody's super into their looks, if just, because again, this is what I was talking about. I feel like people, and I have a theory, that was what I was saying, is that people who are not comfortable in being who they are because of gender roles, they start to conflate and confuse in their mind that maybe I am the wrong person. Like, bro, it's okay to be gay.
But is that their fault though?
No, it's the world pressure, So, and the example I use is like, bro, if a guy likes purses,
Yeah.
let him rock purses. It doesn't mean he has to turn into a woman. He could just be a guy who likes, like, if a man is in tune with his femininity more so than his masculinity, it doesn't make him any less of a man.
Honestly, I feel like most men are just they're not secure with their
They're
masculinity.
not comfortable with it.
Like they're not comfortable with their own masculinity. They're not comfortable with themselves. So
Yeah.
like no matter how much they try to, like especially like the whole type guys,
Yeah,
like
the overly like, oh no, because a lot of people say, man, y'all just probably just gay on the low.
a lot of them probably are. Like they probably like, and that's the thing too. Like
They watching porn just for the dudes.
yeah, or like just
Like, damn, he's getting it right now.
cheating on their girlfriends with a guy, but then
Yeah.
if they see another gay person or whatever, or just anything like that,
Yeah.
that they're actively preaching against, but they secretly love, they're gonna act
It's
out.
always the loudest people who turn out to be,
They're gonna act out,
you know what I mean?
like because I was just
Why are you so passionate about it? It's probably because you secretly want it.
have you
Gay
seen
ass.
you seen Moonlight?
No, you were
Like-
telling me about this.
Yeah, like there's a scene where so the main character and like it's like one of his friends or whatever, they end up kissing and stuff like that. They had their moment.
Yeah.
But then the guy is also affiliated with the people that also harass him. So it's like they're constantly bullying him, and so then they forced him to beat up, the main character.
That he loves, that he kissed.
Yeah, and it's like because they knew he was gay from a young age, and they used to chase him and stuff like that, and all that stuff, and they just kept bullying him all the way up until that that point too.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. So then the other guy was gay basically the whole time too. They both liked each other.
Yeah.
One was
But
more.
the social pressures.
Yeah. One was like.
Did they kiss in the moonlight? Is that what it's called, moonlight?
No, they didn't kiss in the moonlight.
Oh, okay. Why is it called moonlight?
It is referred to. I've only seen it once. I'll have to watch it again and give you more detail.
Yeah.
But it is a good movie though. Like,
Yeah.
I know some people really can't handle same sex unless it's women, but it's like it's not.
Yeah, and that's why I found out I was a hypocrite, dog. Because I was like, 2 girls, I'd be kind of lit. Yeah, and that's the toxic masculinity, but it's like...
It's weird though. Like, but we were, we were told that though. Like,
Yeah.
like even with Dave Chappelle, even though he was trolling, like on the Chappelle show, he was like, "I love lesbians." It's like,
Yeah.
but like, so like I'm, like however old I am, like 10, 9, saying that.
Yeah.
And so like that's in my mind now, where it's like 2 girls kissing is the thing to do. 2 guys kissing should never happen.
Yeah.
So girls can
The
be
double
gay,
standard.
but guys can't be gay. That's something that was like, and Dave Chappelle, like I said, that was just
It's
he's
comedy,
trolling. It's sketch. It's so I get what he was doing, but yeah, I feel like it's just a lot of double standard, a lot of hypocrisy.
Yeah, man, 'cause I used to watch porn with like 2 girls and a guy. Like 2 guys and a girl was always weird for me. I was like, there's too much meat in this. Yo,
Too much sausage on the
too
pizza.
much meat. Yo,
Too much sausage on the pizza.
but like, I don't know. Like, that's when I realized I was a hypocrite because I was like, I mean, you saying all this because I used to have like a more like biblical stance on being gay and like it's because I think in the Bible it's pretty specific when it comes to like homosexuality, but it's like I don't know. I'm never like somebody who goes exactly by like dotting the T's and crossing that. Like I'm a scientist. I believe in like evolution could be real and that it's a theory, right? I think they overdo it when they talk about like, coming from the Big Bang to now without any like intelligent design at all. It's just all randomization. I feel like that part of it is kind of like, all right. But when we observe, the universe is expanding. That must mean, that a Big Bang could have happened,
Yeah,
But,
a lot of it is just hypothesis, though.
The Bible, yeah, the scientists, yeah,
Yeah,
because
I'm talking
again,
about the science.
the mind of man, like we are brilliant, but we're not so brilliant,
Yeah,
in certain regards, and I think we try and know too much, and this is why I draw on Socrates, who say, I know that I don't know,
Yeah,
and I was just like, that was a gem for me in college, because I was like, a wise man knows that he knows nothing. Obviously, it's a hyperbole. Like, we know something, but a wise man knows that everything isn't to be known.
yeah. Erykah Badu actually had a line about that. Hold on.
Look at that. Baduism. That's
Yeah.
like a dope album, But, because the reality probably is that there is a God and he or she or it, has designed this all. But that doesn't mean that science has to be wrong. But I do think there are agendas behind both.
Dude, the man that knows something knows that he knows nothing at all.
Yeah, the Socrates.
Literally that in the song. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I feel like I heard that. But yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like most smart people know that they don't know everything though.
And I've met a lot of people who think they can know everything,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
not
crazy.
possible. It's not possible. Like, even for like scientists.
And it's arrogant as well. Like
it's a lot of arrogance.
you think you can know everything ever? That's crazy.
People that just think that they're smarter than everyone else, like that just, even though they don't know anything, they may have the, like, because you could just do research. It doesn't mean you're smarter than everybody else.
Yeah.
You can easily recite what you read.
Exactly.
Like how
Even if it's not even your own opinion, you're just
Yeah.
reciting what you heard. I used to do
Yeah.
that all the time with religion.
it's,
I don't believe this, but I'm just gonna say it because this is the technical.
and I think that's a normal thing though, too.
Yeah.
Like,
Now I'm more so like a hybrid, bro. Like, hey, I do believe there's a God. I do believe the ways of Jesus were probably the most beneficial to living out your life in terms of.
There's a whole galaxy out there.
Nigga, what are you listening to?
I went on Metro Lyrics and one of the little previews popped up.
Metro
Yo.
Boomin, what's
Yo, I was like,
but-
yo, it's time to get out of here, bro.
Well, I mean, I looked at the landscape. I saw Jesus was really spitting that shit, so I was like, yo, I'm gonna follow
this
him.
nigga spitting.
Yeah, the Vegeta
Bars.
meme. I was like, this nigga's spitting. Love your
yo,
neighbor as yourself.
I hear you, Jesus.
Literally, love your neighbor as yourself. That is my peace mantra. Love your neighbor as yourself.
Yeah, just like,
And part of loving my neighbor as myself is I care about people who may or may not be, hating on themselves because I think people just don't like themselves, and it like it saddens me because I love myself, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though I mistreat myself, when you are in that moment of peace, like I feel like
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna come in later.
oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say,
You should say it into the mic.
no. I wanted to. I'm trying to get my point together before I speak into the mic.
All right, then shut up then. When that moment of in that moment of peace though, like I feel like everybody when your light is shining. You ever watch a Tupac movie?
Like a Tupac movie?
No,
like,
the Tupac movie.
I might
Well,
have.
his mom said
I've seen
something
a
to me
lot.
that was profound. She said, cause he came in and he was sad, and she said like, why isn't your light shining, baby? And then I was like, damn, that's real. Like I feel like the way they talked to each other was just different, Pac and Afina. But like, why when your light is shining the most, maybe after you've done something that you're really proud of yourself, that is the person that we all want to be. That's the person who we love.
Yeah.
And the fact that people don't have that saddens me, you know? So I guess that's why I care. But love your neighbor as yourself. Like, I would want for them to be able to just live in peace and harmony as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to get cast to the outside of society just for being a transsexual. Not if I ran the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you would be able to just have your own viewpoints and really just, because people might grill me about my spirituality. But at the end of the day, I think they're going to love me and they're going to respect me. And, they're going to respect these bars. So it's like, but that's but I don't know. I don't necessarily just run with everything that is popular because this world has seen a lot of trends and,
come and die,
because just how people say this is toxic, the transgender movement, a lot of people say that the masculine patriarchy movement is toxic.
Bro, man, listen.
How many wars have been started out of that? Let's talk about that. How many people have died as a result of the patriarchy? Men,
Innocent people.
having just like dick measuring contests. Like, no, the Chinese. Like, no, the Americans.
Isn't that crazy though? Like, they, like, just millions and millions of innocent people die because of a disagreement between two people.
Yep.
Like, we all have to suffer because y'all just having y'all thing.
Yep.
But what I was gonna say was how you said like you like completely. You said you completely love yourself, right?
Yeah.
Not. But you said you love yourself, right?
Or I love myself, but there's parts of me that I would want to change.
But
Yeah.
then you also said that you mistreat yourself too.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So I was gonna kind of segue into like a different topic where it's like loving, like, so like say like women. Let's talk black women for instance. So they always get the bottom of the barrel for like everything. They get the short end of the stick all the time and stuff like that. So it's like how can I say this? It's
somebody bowling upstairs.
right.
He's like, strike.
So it's like, how do we love black women but also mistreat them so bad? But if you want to make it broader, it can be women in general, or just how. So I was watching. I can't think of their names, and it's kind of embarrassing. But so they were talking, and he was saying like, I can never lie to you, black man, black woman. They're very, very well known. I just can't think right now. So he was like, I would never lie to you. How could I? She said, no, you should lie to me because. So lie to me like you lie to everyone else. So like when you go to work, someone asks you, hey, how's it going? You could be terrible, but you're like, no, I'm good. Then you go home and then, your wife ain't doing nothing but just, or your girlfriend, whatever. She's literally not doing nothing but asking you how your day went or whatever. And then like you snap at her because you had a bad day. She said, like, no, lie to me like you lie to them. How come I have to get just the worst part of you every single day because of what the outside world did to you? I didn't do anything to you but love you.
But you're getting the real part of him, though.
You're getting
He's
the
giving
real?
you something that's real.
Yeah, but all you're getting is the real, and the real is bad.
Yeah.
but she loves you, so she takes it.
Yeah.
He loves her, so that's why she gets the bad. Mm-hmm. He doesn't love everyone else on the outside, so it's
Yeah.
like you don't want to let everybody in.
That's deep right there. Even like that, what you just said, that's deep. Like, yeah, like
Isn't that
me, I
interesting?
never tried to be that guy. Like, because life is not that serious, bro.
I didn't realize I was that guy until like it. It was never extreme.
So you would come home and just like unleash, like, oh, this fucking guy at work. He's
Not
jacked.
like that, but I maybe just be like in like a mood kind of where
Yeah.
it's like, you know, you leave work and like you know, you may have had a bad day, but like you're still laughing or whatever with your coworker. But then you go home and your partner, the person you're supposed to be on the team with, you know, it's like for them, they get the just bad, you know.
Yeah, that is crazy because they're getting the real you, but they're also getting probably the worse you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it's like,
that is crazy.
so why not treat them, you know, she was like, no, lie to us too. I mean, like, why do I always have to get the bad? Like, how come loving you means I have to suffer?
That is, bro, this is deep as hell. That is crazy. Yeah.
You know, we doing it big for Black History Month.
Loving you. I'm going to cue up the auto-tune. It's easy because you're beautiful. Dootin' dootin' doo doo. Oh. Yeah, I don't know, man. I like, and I'm like, I'm real about that, you know, like, bro. I never try and bring home. I never try and bring the world home. If that makes sense.
You know what? And you know, like in that work, it's always leave your personal stuff at home. But I've never heard anyone say leave the outside, you know, on the outside when you come home.
Yeah.
It's like, because this person didn't do anything. Like, she's just literally, she cooked you dinner, all that stuff, asking how your day went.
Oh, toxic patriarchy. She has to cook. Why does she have to have your meal ready for you when you get home, Barney?
This is just like one instance.
Oh, you
I'm just saying,
toxic, dog.
So the scenario is like,
No, I get what you're saying.
she cooks for you that
It's
night.
a joke.
You know, no, I got you. But some people that are listening, they may just,
You know.
this
This is clearly jokes. If you don't get it, you're a dumbass. Continue.
stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, or even just like your homies, like you know, you're really really close friends, the ones that you're vulnerable with.
Yeah.
Like, they're only gonna get the negative from you, and people are like that too. Like, people only come to you when they want to vent about stuff, and you know, like you're only friends when they need to let out all this negative energy.
Yeah.
But then like once you know you want to like, you know, talk about something positive or just let off some energy back or whatever, it's like they don't want to hear it. They're gone. But yeah.
Or they like, this nigga gay, showing his emotions.
Yeah, like that's the thing too. So it's like, why does a person that loves you the most have to suffer the most?
Yeah.
You know, while you lie to everyone else and put on like this fake face. Like, why not? You can still be real, but like you don't have to take out all that frustration on them because they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
That's deep, man. Because I always try to be one of those people that, like, I don't know, my viewpoint on life is different though, bro. Like, I think it's reckless to some, but it's my oasis almost. Like, I don't think none of this stuff is real. I don't think anything is like that serious. I don't think like I have my faith in a higher power, bro. I don't really care about people getting angry because it's not real. It's not real. Like, the world to me is fake, bro. So I guess that's like half of, and this would be for my wife to tell you, but like half of our conversations is about like, you know, because she like stress to me is not real. And to some that might be reckless as hell because bills are due. But what is a bill? Like, this is not, bro. Like, I don't know. The world is not real to me, bro. Like,
I feel you.
but like that's where, and you know, and it's kind of crazy, you know, when I say I mistreat, when I just thought about it, I was just like, when I feel my light is shining the most is when I'm doing what I love the most. And I feel like my true self is shining out when I'm making, for me, it's my music, right?
Yeah.
Or when I'm writing or doing something creative. That's when my message that I have inside of me that I would like to be, like, I can't even take my own message in sometimes, but
Yeah.
I would love to put it out. Like, so that's when I'm like freaking Super Saiyan 3
Yeah.
or Super Saiyan 5. I lost track or whatever.
He's
you know?
like Super Saiyan God.
Yeah, and then
times
like I'm
5.
shining blue, like, but like that's when that occurs for me. And then when I go out and then get complacent and undisciplined is when the mistreatment happens of like, oh, now you're doing this that's not going to be conducive to success, you know? But that's just my viewpoint on life, bro. It's like none of this stuff is serious. None of this is what's real is like your relationships, the people that like when I come home and we have talks and laughs and you know, like not stressing over money or bills because it's always gonna work. It's always worked itself out. God has always been faithful, so I'm never gonna be like worried about something, bro.
Yeah,
I'm never gonna be worried about something because why worry? And that's probably reckless to a lot of people. Like, yo, this nigga gonna be broke when he's 40.
yeah. I'm like, but like,
Look,
I
but it's
understand
like
that,
my faith and just myself and just like that none of this is real is just crazy. Like, it's just I always tell her, right, life is a game, and like if you pay attention, you'll peep the knowledge that I'm trying to. Like, none of this is real. All of this is like a simulation. None of it is like, and I don't want to sound like the Matrix is, but life is a game, bro. Like,
no,
we
the Matrix
go
was on point.
yeah, we go to
Everything,
work, we do all this stuff, we get a check, but all the while you're doing all that, you know. And in my new song, I have young brothers about they cheese, so they trap for real, not knowing it's a rat race, it's a trap for real. Like it's really a game. Like the game of life is real. Like play the game.
Yeah.
What are people's aspirations? They want to go to work. They probably want to go to college. They want to get a good job. They don't want to work for themselves. They don't want to become an enterprise, a business. No, they want to go into debt. They want to get a house like what they were telling us yesterday. Those white boys who probably they came, I don't know where they came from, but I wasn't taught financial literacy. I wasn't given good credit. I wasn't taught to get, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the cultural difference that existed in that car was interesting, you know?
Yeah.
But,
yeah, because like literally, like I kept saying, and like this isn't like, you know, those are my friends, so it's like I'm not gonna talk down on them or anything like that.
There is a cultural difference that was happening though. That was interesting.
Yeah, like for me, like I was just saying, like all that sounds amazing, but that's just not realistic for me right now.
Yeah,
like it's not realistic. Like I plan to get to that point. Like already, the things that they were saying I already kind of knew.
Yeah,
but it's not realistic right now.
Yeah, and also, you know, renting is not bad. Like the money is still going towards you having a place to live, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like you could be owning the place versus, you know, but like some people argue that renting is better because, you know, like when something breaks, you have somebody overlooking it. Yeah. You don't have to pay property taxes. You literally just have to be worried about rent and your bills.
And then if they sell the house or something like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, man, like this is all a game to me, though.
It is,
you know.
yeah.
That's why I don't stress. Like when somebody flips me off, I just laugh because it's like it's not because that guy's a jackass, but it's just like people. If people only knew, and it kind of it's sad to me that death is the only sobering moment for a lot of people. Yeah. Like niggas will be beefing with their own blood until somebody dies.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden it's
they see clearly.
I never told him I loved him, or I never. Bro, like, I try and treat every single outside of trolling and the dumb shit, right? Mm-hmm. You're getting a real Kiahree in this podcast. It's because it's number 7, the holy number. But
I thought the 6 was God.
6. No, that's the devil's number.
6 was a lost. That's why it was a lost episode.
I got the devil flow, nigga. 6. But, like, that's what I try and tell people. Like, I always tell everybody I love them. My friends, I try and hit them. Like, I see you every day. Like, if I didn't...
You really do.
Yeah, if I didn't see you for, like, months, I would still be texting you, like, out of nowhere. Yeah. I text friends all the time, like, hey, you just popped up in my head for some reason. Like, whether I'm listening to music or I'm just doing nothing, and then something just like, hey. And I'm just... It's really as easy as saying, hey, how's it going? Like, because I always... hated always hearing people say like, no, I don't hear from niggas unless they need something from me. And I was just like, well, I don't want to be that type of person. Like,
but sometimes you kind of not. I mean, sometimes it gets set up that way though. Like, you kind of put it in that realm where it's like the only time you really do hear from them is like when they need something. Yeah, you know. Not saying like you should ask them all the time when you need something, but still, I feel like they do kind of put themselves in that position though, where it's like, if you need anything, you know.
Where it's
like they kind of open up that door, like
because people say things they don't mean.
Yeah, like I was saying, how we it sounds good like in that moment.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I don't, but yeah, that's just my perspective on life. So like, I don't know, I'll tell you guys that on the next album, cause like I have views on that when it just comes to this life, and people caring about meaningless things.
Yeah.
We're building up these houses and we're building up all this, and you can't take it. Like I've seen people die recently, and I had to clean out their stuff. They couldn't take it with them. You know.
Exactly.
But like to the point about like, so yeah, but I only went into that to say like, with having that perspective, when I do come home, like you get the real me. But I understand how some people might.
I found
You know?
that video clip, by the way, too. I wanted to play it. It's only 50 seconds.
Yes. Yeah? Who is it? Let me see.
It's Nikki Giovanni and James Baldwin. Yeah. Hold on, let me.
Do I mic it up? Flip that bad boy. Yo,
You
you
can lie to me, and you will. If you love me and you're going off with Maddie someplace, you're lying to me. Because what the hell do I care about the truth? I care if you're there. But Billie Holiday say, hush now, don't explain.
All right, I accept that.
Of course you lie to me. And I don't even want to care. What does the truth matter? And why are you going to be truthful with me when you lie to everybody else? You lied when you smiled at that cracker down the job, right? Lie to me, smile. Treat me the same way you would treat him.
I can't treat
You
you like
must.
you do.
You must. Because I've caught the frowns and the anger. He's happy with you. Of course he doesn't know you're unhappy. You grin at him all day long. You come home and I catch hell because I love you. I get least of you. I get the very minimum. And I'm saying, fake it with me. Is that too much of the black woman to ask of a black man?
Yeah. I totally disagree with that. I get what she's getting at, but you're asking someone to lie to you?
She's not, but it's
I mean,
not,
the men just need to be better.
it's not a literal thing. This isn't like, they're not like in a relationship like that.
Yeah.
This is like a scenario.
But I get what she's saying though, but does it make sense to you?
Yeah, this is literally what we were just talking about.
So you agree with everything she said?
I get what she's saying.
Yeah, I get what she's saying too. I just don't understand how it could be logical though. Like you
No.
want your man to put on a front for you?
No, like it's literally,
How about the man just
no. What she
you
said
know?
is literally what we were just talking about. How it's like they only get the bad because we front all day.
huh?
That's
Maybe,
that's
I
literally
don't
what she's saying.
I don't think that's true because like a man should be happy to come home. Maybe he just doesn't like you.
I don't think that's.
Maybe she just had a husband because you said this is a made up. Maybe she's had a husband that was just terrible to her.
I don't think that's facts. I think what she's saying is very true.
Well, for a lot of people, because a lot of, like I said, my perspective. So it's kind of hard for me to think outside of like my perspective, because my perspective is like, bro, life is joyous, life is beautiful. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
and then for me, I take in everyone's perspective.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why I can identify the times that I have kind of.
I've had it happen to me though.
Yeah, like we, So it's like, but I'm not that extreme. But I
Yeah.
get what she's saying though.
Yeah, because
Like all she's saying is like, well, like why do I only get the bad? She said, I get the least of you. You're like, so like we're at work. You hear people,
but is that all that? Because she's saying it like that's all that he's giving her.
but it's just I feel like
Because if he just comes home and complains to her and then like messes up the whole energy and the vibe, and then because then I can understand. But at the end of the day, you have him.
I think it's very general though.
Yeah.
Like that's what I was saying. Like,
But she wants him to lie to her. Like
She's
she
not
probably
saying,
just
like-
wants him to be nice to her.
she's not saying literally lie to me, but she's saying why do I only get the bad?
Yeah.
Like she said, they don't know you're unhappy, but I do. But
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, you're gonna vent to your partner, but like, why do I get treated? It's just I catch hell because I love you. So it's like, but why are you unloading all this onto me, projecting all this onto me when I didn't do anything to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here for you.
I understand that part.
Yeah,
but
that's what I take from this. It's
but
like I'm here for you, but like
I'm not.
I don't-
Only when it's beneficial to me.
I don't deserve to be mistreated just because like I decide to be here for you.
Yeah. I don't know, because like when you get in a relationship with somebody, you're signing up to take on their burdens.
In a sense,
Well, no, that sounds terrible.
Actually,
but
no,
you're signing up to go to war for what you guys both like. A relationship is kind of like an agreement that, hey, I'm gonna fight for you and you're gonna fight for me.
Yeah.
And things are gonna try and tear us apart. But the love, the connection that we had, like it's signing up to go to war. Like, yo, we're gonna fight for this, and the world is gonna try and separate us and
Yeah.
all that shit. But I'm fighting and you're fighting. You know?
but it's like I'm fighting, but also still getting mistreated.
Yeah.
Like we're supposed to be a team. Like
Yeah.
you said, it's a team. So it's like if your teammate is just like negative to you all day long, and to the points where like they may make you feel isolated on this team,
well, in that instance, she would be right.
like that's the context of what she's saying.
But
Like,
I would like to know, like, does after all, because I just think people should not take life so serious, bro. Like,
but that's not easy
if
to
you're
do.
if you're unhappy, try making steps to bring about a different result. Like, if I get it, not everybody has the means to like be a CEO, like, but like, bro, start looking for a job while you have a job and find a better job, and then leave what's making you unhappy and start new.
But this is also a different time too.
Yeah.
This was during what year was
But
this?
I'm not. But I get what she's saying, because I'm not with people like coming home and just unleashing on their partners because they had a bad day.
Yeah.
Like I totally like I had an instance with my wife once where and it was interesting and it was funny because she was like, but again I see the spiritual aspect of it all. I'm a very like spiritual person, right? It's not just because I have the J. Cole hair, but
Gotta get the locks, bro.
no, but literally. So here's the situation. Me and my wife were at her mom's house. This is before we had our own place and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But we weren't living there, but we just went there.
Yeah.
Like, this is before me and her mom had like a really good relationship. Like, we were
Yeah.
still in that like kind of dating phase now. Living together has made us all really like fun and friends though, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But so we're there visiting, whatever. Her sister comes. Her sister is very fiery. My sister-in-law.
Yeah.
She comes and she was just angry that day. You know, her anger transmits onto Callie's anger, and then we
Yeah.
just wanted to leave. Like, the whole vibe kind of got thrown off.
Yeah.
I'm with Callie in the car and we're driving, and I'm just being me, you know, goofy, and
Yeah.
because life is not that serious, bro. Like, why so
But
serious?
it's easy to say that
Yeah.
for you though.
Yeah. Some
know,
people
'cause
like
it's just personal perspective.
I think it's supposed to be that for everybody. Like, bro,
It's
because
supposed to be.
we
but
worry
it's
about
not.
things that are meaningless. Like, say you're $30,000 in debt. You're just $30,000 in debt, bro. Like,
But it's
I
not-
don't know. Like, I think people just they let stress, because no one's gonna stop me from feeling like me. I guess that's what my mindset is. So it's like, yeah, okay, you should be responsible and you should worry in a sense, but I'm always still gonna be me, and I'm always just gonna try and be the best me that I can be. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
No,
So it's
it
like I don't
does.
just roam through life carefree and like causing problems for other people, but like I'm aware of like my responsibilities and my things I gotta do. But those responsibilities are never gonna like oh, rent's due and we're $200 short, and I was like, hey, something will come up. Like, oh, because with me, I'm very real. Like if we were short, you know, we're doing better now. But I'll be like, babe, we literally have we have a ton of stuff. I could literally go pawn my laptop, get it back next week. I can go pawn my PlayStation. I mean, I don't need a PlayStation. I don't need a TV. I don't need. We can get a title loan. Like, you know, like, because I just think that people, they get so consumed in the moment. Like, oh my gosh, my whole world's gonna collapse. No, no, no.
Yeah, but what do you say to people that have to survive rather than that are in survival mode rather than live just because of their environment though?
Well, I mean, you have any grant? I mean, if the ship's sinking, start playing.
Not everyone has
The ship's already sinking.
not everyone
just,
can
bro.
pawn a laptop. Not everyone can,
Yeah.
trade in stuff. Some people
Well, and I don't want to
have
ever.
anything.
I just use that as an example because a lot of people stress over money, right?
Yeah, that's a normal thing though.
Yeah, but even like if, I just used money because that was a real instance. Like,
Yeah.
But like, even if it was an instance of like, oh, my mom's mad at me, I was like, she doesn't know any better. So that's a totally different instance. We're not talking about monetary. Now we're just talking about loving somebody despite what they're projecting to you. Because it's like, you don't know any better. I'm still going to love you regardless. And you're not, the way you feel towards me, I'm going to say how I feel, like I love you. And
But is that
you know,
But is that a good enough excuse though? You don't know any better.
a lot of people don't know any better.
Like
Because
but
if
like,
you truly understood the world,
no one does.
then I would think, no one
don't think
can.
anyone really does.
No one can. But
It's not possible.
if you truly understood what we're here for, I guess, you think we can realize that? Like, we're here to love. I believe we're just here to love, and we're here to impart love on to other people. And because at the end of the day, like I said, nothing means anything. Your legacy means something in your name, I guess, but at the end of the day, it kind of doesn't.
like
You could be erased from history. I mean, our ancestors, our great ancestors, have been erased from history. their accomplishments.
I get we're here to love, but I just don't
You know?
think that's as realistic as, it sounds.
Change your mindset then, King.
It's like, I mean, it's not about my mindset. It's about what I see. So, like, when we talk about facts, all we see...
From the outside in, shine. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Even a candle shines brighter in the dark or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, shine in the darkness, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I always look for the light side.
Because looking around can make you sad, but
yeah,
when you know what we can be,
the more you know, the sadder you are. So it's like ignorance is really bliss, though. And like,
so you think like I'm ignorant for just being positive, or?
Well, I wouldn't correlate the two, but it's like ignorance is bliss, though. The less you know, the happier you'll be, because it's like you don't know that little black kid just got killed by the police.
Yeah,
you're in your own little world. So you're happy. I'm not talking about you.
Yeah,
but like, so you're happy.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So it's like
it's interesting.
So it's like seeing all these people.
Beautiful, but just like I said, beautiful things can come out of death. Like, say that little kid who got killed united his whole family.
I mean, yeah, but it's like the fact of the matter is like he's still gone though. Like I feel like these kids shouldn't be used as like sacrifices for the mistake of an officer killing them for nothing. Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of hard to correlate the two, but like the God can bring about, in my opinion, God can bring about the greatest of things from the least of things, in my opinion.
Do you believe that everything that happens is part of his plan?
Yeah. Good, bad, yeah.
I don't 100% agree with that, which is why I feel like I could never really be like
super. I mean, because like
for me, I would say I'm more spiritual.
But it has to be like me. It's not like I take joy in it, but it's like it has to be. It's kind of like you think something can. If you're all knowing, you think something can just happen that you didn't know about. You know what I'm saying? Like good is gonna happen, bad is gonna happen.
I feel like I'm starting to see more and more people though that even are religious saying like I don't understand this. Like I'm starting to see that more and more. Like it used to be, it's his plan, all this stuff. But I just feel like people are starting to question more and more, and I feel like they have every right to.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
but I feel like
that's your one right as a believer is to question.
But I also feel like in religion though, if you try to ask a question, you get shunned.
Yeah. And that's why I'm not the most religious person. Like, there's a difference between religion, which is following rules. Yeah. And then there's rules as a part of faith, and then there's just faith. Like, I'm probably not the best Christian. Like, I curse, I rap about, I say nigga. The Christian platforms don't really post me. Like, I've tried sending them stuff, and, and I get it. It's because I'm speaking to a different demographic. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I always feel like, and it's running away from me right now. But like cause we were talking about, cause bro, like I've had people die recently. Like nothing changes. So look, an example. I was even more religious than I am now. Than I am now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Grandma's coming up to Flagstaff to pick me up for spring break. Yeah. She has a stroke that morning. Mm-hmm. She's 65, 66. Mm-hmm. What do you think most people's reaction would be? Questioning God, right? Like, why?
Maybe not questioning God, but definitely asking, like,
or
why?
Being angry.
Like,
say if she dies, say grandma dies. Yeah. Me and grandma are like this. Like I made her like on my first like debut album, the song Barbara's Interlude or Barbara's Song or Song with Barbara, I think. Yeah. That's about my grandma. Like, bro, she used to change diapers. Like my mom was in and out of jail, doing whatever she's doing, running around, hustling, and trying to pay the bills for us. Me and grandma were like, so you know what I did instead of questioning God, instead of just being mad, is I got down on my knees and thanked him. Because honestly, nothing changed. Like the vision doesn't change, bro. Like I think we think life is life is not guaranteed. Like Kobe just died. Yeah. Like that. Yeah. Yes, weep. But nothing changed. Nothing changes. He's still a good God. And life is still better than it is for a lot of people.
I'm not saying
You know?
I don't think the question is whether
Yeah.
he's like a good or bad God. It's just, I feel like just as we go, progress and just go on and on and on,
Do you
we're gonna
think
naturally start questioning more.
Do you think it's because the world is because you know the term jading?
jaded? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you think the world is jading us to become jaded? And because there's nothing wrong with asking questions. Like a lot of like I used to talk to rappers all the time who are like woke rappers, and they're like, "But you're a Christian rapper," and then we'll just go through the whole Bible. Then I was like, "Bro, I admit there's a lot of stuff in the Bible that's wacky, but what I always came back to was like, love your neighbor as yourself," which is really a parable, if you will.
Ten Commandments.
It's replicated throughout all really facets of religion. No religion tells you to go out there and be a dick to people. It's
Exactly.
always usually just love as that's why it's called the golden rule, because it kind of resounds through everything.
Peace and love.
Yeah, peace and love.
So we, like that's what we preach for and all we really want. But it's,
And then religion
add their
brings on all the other stuff like, or peace and love, or you're going to go to hell and die.
Yeah,
Or
it's-
Muhammad is
you
like,
know-
or you're going to get whatever. You know what I mean?
And that's one of the things I have against religion per se. Like I live my life based around the 10 Commandments, of course. I do go to church on occasion. It's a Christian church.
Yeah, I go to church on occasion
Like
as well.
I love gospel Christian music. I
Me
love
too.
all of it, but I still question a lot of the things. And I feel like I couldn't be just like a Christian though, because I feel like I think too much outside of just that box for that religion.
And I'm right there with you, bro.
Because I may take something I hear from like another religion and like apply it to my life because it sounds really good.
Yeah. Like
know?
when it comes to like not karma, but just like meditation.
Yeah.
But I don't. Was that in the Bible? I mean, Jesus would go alone and pray a lot. Is that meditation technically?
It can technically be a form of it.
So like meditation, and there's a thing called like the spirit astral projection. I think in the Bible it talks about. Not astral projection. It's mysticism. Right, communicating with a God, because he would go like praying is a form of mysticism. Like something is like an antenna's going out and up, and a signal is coming. And so like that's replicated in like a lot of, Eastern religions.
Yeah, I feel like it's become kind of a normal thing too. Like even not religious. Yoga is definitely like something like yoga is definitely like become big, and more people are doing it, and not for religious reasons. I feel like
For
it's
the
just
like the strength and
like,
workout aspects.
everyone wants peace though, and a lot of that does cause peace for people, like which is why they do it. And then I probably not even realizing like that a lot of religions preach the same thing too. So it's like
exactly.
And that's what I'm saying, like just taking things from different, just different areas and cultures and religions and things like that. For me, I feel like that's like, I don't know. I just wouldn't want to be ignorant and just dismiss anything that doesn't fall in line with, I guess, what I was originally taught.
Exactly.
Like without doing research on it, which
Yeah.
I feel like my experience with a lot of religious people, that's what it is. It's just we're Christians.
By the book.
Yeah, Christians were better than, and this is like the vibe that they gave off.
Yeah.
Like they were better than,
Well, that self-righteous.
holier than thou.
Well, the very fact that they say you've been saved is like again, right? Saved from what? What does saved mean? Saved your life. Oh, so you're implying that I wasn't saved before. So I don't know. It's like certain words that the Christians be saying, bro. Because it's like I met Christians that don't even believe in hell, and it is an interesting concept. I think it's obviously if you were to peel back the layers, obviously it's a deterrent from people doing evil.
Yeah.
It's clearly like
It's just so extreme. Like,
hell, fire, and that's probably one of the man's original fears. You know.